French President Emmanuel Macron says he thinks President Trump will back out of the Iran nuclear deal in the next 2 weeks. Macron capped a 3-day state visit with an address to a joint meeting of Congress where he urged the U.S. not to abandon this deal.
He offered a sharp contrast to President Trump's America First policy, saying the U.S. needs to engage other countries and avoid isolationism and nationalism. Face the Nation moderator and CBS News senior foreign affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan was one of the few reporters to meet with Macron yesterday. She's with us now from Washington. Margaret, good morning. The French president says he thinks that President Trump will almost certainly trigger a period of tension in the Middle East if he withdraws from the Iran deal. So what could happen if the president does not recertify?
Well, this is a deadline of May 12th, and President Macron believes that President Trump will withdraw. That'll spike tension, and a lot of this depends, reaction-wise, on how Iran, particularly their hardliners, respond. Remember, many were already skeptical of making any deal with America, and if the U.S. breaks its commitment, it could have consequences, including restarting Iran's nuclear development. President Trump warned he would respond to that. There are a number of potential flashpoints in the next month. There are U.S. troops in close proximity in Syria and Iraq to Iranian forces. There are also 4 Americans still behind bars in Iran whose fate may be in jeopardy. But the big gamble here for President Trump is that using this tension and pressure could lead to a new kind of diplomatic breakthrough, and it's one that the French president says he wants to lead.
Of course, the Europeans are worried that if the president's gambling, he's kind of gambling with their money, too. So Angela Merkel is coming from Germany next week. Is she part of a coordinated effort here to try to keep the president from going this way on Iran?
Absolutely. She is, the leader of Germany. It is the engine of Europe. But unfortunately, she doesn't have that warm rapport with President Trump that the French president does. They've made clear neither Merkel nor Trump really care for each other here. But she is someone to be reckoned with in terms of leadership in Europe. She's going to argue a deal is a deal. America must abide by its commitment here, and trying to rewrite rules will throw into jeopardy all the other commitments that America has made. But if anyone believes that they can succeed with President Trump in persuading both Iran and the U.S. to cool tensions and engage in a new round of diplomacy, it is more likely to be France's Macron. Germany's Merkel, of course, is key to any kind of communication with Russia's Vladimir Putin.
And very quickly, Margaret, there was a difference between Macron in public with the president and then what he said in front of Congress. What's the balance in terms of their relationship after this trip?
Well, there was some criticism wrapped in this veneer of flattery from the French president. The address he gave to Congress was very well received, and he championed a lot of traditional American values. He talked about the U.S. upholding its commitments to NATO, to the UN, the global order that America helped build after World War II, all those things that sometimes seem at odds with Trumpism. So it's not clear if that warm relationship will translate into changing the president's mind on any of the issues on which they disagree.
All right, Margaret, thanks. We'll look forward to Face the Nation Sunday morning, as we always do, right here on CBS.